This is the day the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. On today, my brothers and sisters, I want to ask a question. Who's running things? Who's running things? When I was growing up, as I went into my teenage years, I felt that I was big and bad enough to do whatever I wanted to do. And I felt that I could run things, that I would be able to do whatever I wanted to do and not have to listen to my parents or do the things that my parents had wanted me to do. And so there was a confrontation that would happen periodically, and my parents would remind me who was running things. I had to be confronted with who was running things because I thought I was in control of my life. I thought that once I got to a certain age and stage of life that I would be able to control my life, and I could tell my parents what I wanted to do, what I didn't want to do. And they reminded me, this is my house, these are my rules, and I'm running this. Who's running things? And so I'm thinking about this thought, who's running things, because in Psalms 23, the psalmist David, this king of Israel, as it is told, it says that the psalmist writes this song. It says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." So it reminded me that the psalmist or the King David is recognizing that there is a someone or a entity that is in control of his life, that his life is not his own, that he is managed or he is created by God, and that this God manages his life and has a hand on how he would operate, that this God would give him instructions, and that he does not run things on his own. And that, my brothers and sisters, there is a relationship between humanity and God. And as we look at the myth story, as we look at Genesis, it says that in the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. And then along the myth story, it says that God created humanity, and that humanity was in relationship with God. And that there was this relationship, this dialogue going on between humanity and God. And my brothers and sisters, let us remind ourselves that we are created for a purpose. Here, Jeremiah would tell us that in that text, in the first chapter of Jeremiah, it says, "Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you and understood you completely." That there was an understanding that you were dispatched into this earth, and that God already knew who you were, plan, purposes, design, and knew you on the inside and knows your proclivities. This God knows you completely and manages your life and lifetime. My brothers and sisters, when we are feeling out of control, we're feeling that we don't know what to do, let us sit still and allow God to speak to our situation. That this God, the Lord, said it shows, or it gives the connotation that we don't manage ourselves, but there's a manager of our lives who we're in relationship with. Yes, we have the ability to make decisions, but every decision has a reaction. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. There are consequences to our decisions. And so this manager of our lives gives us principles and gives us value system so that we can walk alongside humanity in a particular way, that we will honor this deity, this entity, the Lord, the God that we serve. My brothers and sisters, who's running things? The Lord is my shepherd, is my shepherd, giving again the connotation of leading and guiding and managing and operating, understanding the terrain, understanding what is needed for the sheep, or what these sheep need to survive, what the sheep need to thrive. The Lord is my shepherd and is able to lead, guide, but also protect. Also protect us from dangers seen and unseen. The Lord is my shepherd, that God sees into the future. God sees what's going on in our lives and is able to lead us and guide us through all of life's difficulties and challenges, through cancer, through HIV, AIDS, through bad relationships, through economic hardships, through downturns in the economy, through bad presidents. The Lord is our shepherd and can lead us into the different places and spaces that we can flourish. And I shall not want, not saying that we will not have bad times, we will not have times that we are challenged, but I am reminded that this God provides for us. Matter of fact, abundance. God has abundance. The Lord, the cattle on the 1,000 hills are the Lord's. All of the provisions in the world are the Lord's. And all we have to do is be in relationship with God, and God can lead and guide us to the places and spaces where we can be filled. My brothers and sisters, who's running things? Is it your mind? Is it your partner's mind, your wife's mind, your husband's mind, your clique's mind? Who's running things? But I wanted to remind you that the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. The Lord, my brothers and sisters, if you don't get anything, know that God makes known the end from the beginning, that God is the entity that manages life and supervises life, that God is that entity that will lead us through these challenging days. Whatever you're facing, my brothers and sisters, establish a relationship with God and watch God move on your behalf. You know, when Jeremiah and the children of Israel, in the story, it says that when the children of Israel, they rebelled and God caused a foreign power to come and rule over them, it gives us this declaration. I know the plans that I have for you, plans of to prosper you and bring you into good places. My brothers and sisters, God has a plan for us. And all we have to do is be in relationship with God. As we walk out this plan with God, we will see the hand of God in operation in our lives. A lot of times we don't see the hand of God because we are so individualistic, we are self-absorbed, we are sometimes, some of us are narcissistic. We don't think that there's a different an entity that is in control of life. And we miss the hands of God. We miss the plan of God. We miss the purposes of God. We miss God bringing people into our midst to put us in relationships so that we can work out God's plan in the earth, and we can be in relationship with one another to bless one another, to help one another, to assist one another, to uplift one another, to encourage one another. My brothers and sisters, God gives us relationships so that we can bless one another. The plans and purposes of God. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Whatever you need, God's got it. But you have to give God control. Who's running things? Is it you or is it God? Y'all be easy. Peace.